Okay, we've cleared act number 1, and we've got the act number 2 cards out. However, we'll go ahead and give these a quick shuffle, a little riffle shuffle here, just so guys believe that I'm playing fairly, and we'll go ahead and move into act number 2. So this is where the game starts ramping up a little bit. This is known as we will now be working on our motivations, and there are now adversaries in this deck here, I believe, or allies too. So we have Vengeful, which is a trait. We have Criminal, which is another trait. We have Sidekick. So our first ally came out, and when an ally comes out, he automatically goes behind first card to the left. And let me check though. I have to double check. Might only be able to go on to a challenge. Let me verify that. All right, I stand corrected. This ally, I don't have any challenges come out, so he is going to be, unfortunately, that ally is going to be discarded. Allies can only be applied to challenges, and we don't have any yet. So next card will come out, and there's our first challenge. And then finally, we have yet another challenge here. And let's see, what do we have? Well, pressed into service doesn't look too bad. If I were to break out of captivity, not only does that give me 3 destiny points, but that gets me another rune. That's not too bad. However, I don't have anything that probably puts me up to 5. I only have 1 strength rune right now, and that's just not going to be enough. The odds are against me. Outwit a gang boss isn't too shabby. That would get me yet another intelligence rune. I already have 2 intelligence to try that challenge out, and that would get me another 1. However, I don't have the justice icon. That doesn't pair up with anything. I could do take over a gang. That would get me a tragedy icon. That would also net me a charisma, and we would get 1 dark destiny point there. I just don't know if that really helps me right now. I'm thinking, well, let's see. Does that help me? I could spend this to outwit a gang boss. That might put me up at 5. Vengeful does not, I can't gain this anyway. I can only gain this if I have 2 corruption or more, and I have no corruption at this point. I can only gain this if I have tragedy or spend an experience. So that doesn't help me either. So it's down between these 2 cards. I need to think about this for a second. Okay, this is a tough call, but the more I think about it, even though it's kind of a high stakes gamble, I think I might want to. Oh gosh, you know what? Let me rethink that. I was going to go try to break out of captivity, but I just realized that's a +1 now, so I would need 6 successes, and I just don't think I can get that right now. Oh boy, and I can't get that, so it's either the street gang. Oh, yeah, let's go. Gosh, I don't like this at all. I could spend an experience to change out one of these cards. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. I just don't like my chances with this. This might be a little tough, and I can't grab these 2 cards anyway at this point. I hate to throw away an experience, but let's go ahead and get rid of 1 experience here. Let's get rid of Vengeful. that seems like that might be the tougher of the two to try to overcome. And we will go ahead and, oh, there we go, lead a boarding party. This is a little bit easier than captured is. I still need 5 successes, but I could use my intelligence runes and my 1 strength rune. And if I get that, that will give me 2 positive destiny points. So we spent 1 point of experience to try this card, to exchange this card. I think that might have been a good deal. So let's go ahead. We get our 3 basic runes right here. We get 1 strength rune because I have that strength. And we also have 2 intelligence runes as well. So I need 5 successes, and I think my odds are okay. Well, there you go. So this is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was easy. So that was great. We went ahead and achieved that. So we have lead a boarding party, and we will go ahead and tuck that underneath there. Go ahead and reveal the next card. And now we have inspiring. That is a divinity card that will get us a charisma rune and a hero card as well. And you may only gain this card if you have both charisma and wisdom. Well, I have wisdom, but I don't have charisma, or I spend 2 experience points. I don't like that. But at this point now, I have another one of these strength runes. So why don't we go ahead and try break out of captivity at this point here. I would like to get this 3rd strength one here if at all possible. So let's go ahead and grab that. So here's our 3 basic runes. I can use 2 strength runes. But remember, this is a +1, so I actually have to have 6 successes. I think I might actually pay 1 experience to get a dark rune there. And I'm hoping that that pans out for me. So go ahead and shake this up. And I think we got it. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, I don't think that we got. I needed 6. So boo. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I did not get it, so that did not work out for me. The bad news is when I fail a challenge, the adversary gains a 2nd experience here. That's not good. Okay, well, it is what it is. We lost, so that's too bad. All right, so these runes go back. This card gets discarded, and we go ahead and flip another card. Well, there you go. There's honorable. You may only gain this if you have, I don't know, I can't remember what that one is, the king symbol, or spend another experience. Oh, well, tough call, but I think we're going to spend an experience and grab this honorable card here. And we'll go ahead and tuck that underneath. And at this point, I need 1 more card to move on to act number 3. And let's go ahead and reveal the next card. Okay, that is a savage beast. And, well, I can't get this card at all because I don't have any kind of charisma whatsoever, and I have no experience left. I can only grab this card if I have tragedy or experience, which I don't have. I only have one wisdom. That is a little bit better, easier for me to grab. That would give me a mountain symbol and another wisdom. Or if I could go for charisma, that would get me another hero card. So I think we're going to do commune with nature. I think we'll take this here. We will grab our 3 basic runes. And unfortunately, I only have the 1 wisdom rune to use. So I have to get 4 successes, and I only have 4 runes. My odds are not good. Well, they're 50-50 at best, maybe. Oops. So let's go ahead and shake this up. No. So we failed that one as well. Not good. Before I take a hero or anti-hero card, we will go ahead and reveal the next adversary card. If a hero failed a challenge this turn, oh no, gain another experience. So he is moving up. He's got 3 out of his 5 experience, and I'm at about the halfway mark. However, I'm going to go ahead and grab a hero card for myself, and I got Unlikely Alliance. Choose another hero to gain virtue. Well, that doesn't do me any good whatsoever because there is no other hero in this game. I wonder if I could give it to myself. That I'm not sure. And because I lost, I also, as a consolation prize, I get 1 experience. So go ahead and put our runes back. And we'll go ahead and discard that card. That's too bad. That didn't help me. And now we have Vault of Secrets. Well, this one could help me. I could unlock a secret vault, or I could learn forgotten lore. I might do learn forgotten lore because this will get me 2 points here. The set collection of the 2 scrolls will get me points at the end of the game. I do not have any dexterity, and the adversary doesn't need dexterity to beat him. So I think we'll try Learn Forgotten Lore, and hopefully we do much better this time. So we have our 3 basic runes, and I'm going to go ahead and use 2 of my intelligence runes, and I only need a success of 4. I do not want to spend that experience point. I just don't think I can use this card either. Choose another hero to gain virtue. You can add their runes to the next challenge you attempt this turn. Yeah, I just think that's kind of a wasted card for me. So anyway, we'll go ahead and roll my 5 runes. Oh boy, did I get it? 2, 3, 4, and where's that card at? Yes, barely. Just barely got it. So we got our 4 successes. There's 2, 3, and 4. So, awesome that we got it, but that was pretty close. We rolled 2 blanks on there. So we've got Learn Forgotten Lore. We tuck that onto the bottom here. And oops, let me pick this up. This is kind of hard to get these going there. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and reveal this next card. And at this point, I also have 3 cards here. So technically, we're going into act number 3, where I could decide to take on the adversary ahead of time. I believe I can take him on at any time, but he's got 2 more experience points to capture here. I'm hoping that I might be able to flesh this out a little bit more. So we'll be back. I'm going to clean up these cards here, and we'll come back to act number 3. Okay, we're getting ready for act number 3, and just a little rules clarification there. I said we could go ahead and go for the adversary. I cannot go for the adversary until I have 8 story cards, and at this point I only have 6 story cards, 3 for act 1, 3 for act 2. I have to complete 2 more story cards before I can take on the adversary. There's one other thing I need to let you guys know about on this card, Rise of the Adversary. If any player ends the game with less than 30 destiny, the adversary gains 2 experience. Well, we don't want that either. So let's go ahead and shuffle our Act 3 cards up and get ready to play. Okay, that's a pretty good shuffle right there. Go ahead and start laying these out. We have Arcane. You may only gain this if you have Wisdom and Intelligence, or if you have played 3 hero cards. Well, I could grab this one right off the bat. I have both Wisdom and Intelligence. Destroy the Assassins. This is Assassin's Guild. So on the positive side, we can get 4 destiny points, and we could take over the guild. That's kind of moving towards the bad side. And it's also 1 tougher. We have Slay the Archmage, or Become the Archmage. I kind of like that one because I only need 5. I need 5 successes, and that's using the intelligence, which I'm at maximum intelligence at this point now, so I could do all 3 runes. That would also get me another, well, actually, if I go become the Archmage, it's actually 6, but that would get me another one of these scrolls that would move up my set collection score, so that's not too shabby. I might combine that with this because that gets me another one of those scrolls. And then we have the Queen's Chambers. And I could either win the Queen's favor using Charisma, which I don't have any, or I could unseat the Queen. And that gives me the leadership icon. I don't think that really helps me out at all. So I think the safest bet is going ahead and taking this Arcane to start off with, and that will get me 3 destiny points, and it will get me another scroll. So we'll go ahead and tuck that in right there, and we'll go ahead and reveal the next card. Ooh, Climb the Colossus. That's, oh wow, that's 7 successes, and if I bring down the giant, that not only gets you 5 points, but it gets you another strength rune, and I like the strength runes for that. However, I think Slay the Archmage, or excuse me, Trial of the Magi is probably my next best bet. I need 5 successes to become the Archmage. I actually need 6 successes. So let's see here. Well, play this before you attempt a challenge. Add extra. I don't think, even if I play this, I'm already at maximum intelligence, so it's not going to, like, it's going to get me another one. So unfortunately, these 2 cards really don't help me in the big scheme of things. This is actually kind of tough. I really would like to get this that strength icon, and because I don't have any other wisdom to take on uh, this adversary here, the mad cultist. And I should have been paying more attention to the cards. Whenever you gain divinity, take an experience from the adversary. Well, I don't think any divinity cards, at least I can't remember if any divinity cards came up. So this deck has really been kind of against me this whole time. I don't know if I want to, if I fail the challenge, he gets another one. That's a little tough. I think, unfortunately, it might be a little safe, but I think we go for Become the Archmage himself. So we'll go ahead and commit to this challenge here. It's going to be 6. We got our 3 basic runes. We're going to use all 3 of our wisdom runes. I'm kind of tempted to spend one just to throw for a dark rune, just to make sure that I do get it. Boy, except I would like that for the adversary. You know what? I'm not going to do the dark rune right now. This is a huge gamble. I need to get 6. The odds are in my favor here. Well, I don't want to say that they're in my favor. It's kind of this is 2-2-2. I mean, maybe a little bit over 50% there, but I need 6. This is a tough one. Before I cast, I can't do anything here. This is a make or break roll. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We got it. So that was close. That was really, really close. So we became the Archmage. We'll go ahead and tuck this card underneath. That gets us another scroll and 5 points, destiny points at the end of the game. We have a total of 8 cards right now, so we could go for the adversary. It's basically what we have to do. It's on this last roll. When attempting this challenge, I may discard 2 a hero card to get a +1. So why don't we do that? We'll go ahead and put these, just clean this up really quick. We'll find out what this 3rd card is anyway. Oh boy, I wish I would have had this one earlier. Although it would have been tough to get because it needed 6 successes, and in order to get this, I would have had to get at least 7 successes, which might have been a little hard for me. So we're on turn 8 right now, or excuse me, we're going into the last turn. I have 8 story cards. We're going to go ahead and try to defeat this mad cultist. He's going to be tough. So we're going to give this adversary +2. So he is an 8 to defeat. This is going to be really tough because I'm going to use my 3 basic runes. And I have all 3 of the strength runes, so that's good. He also will take a wisdom rune, and I have 1 wisdom rune, which is good. We'll go ahead and play these 2 cards. They're not going to get me anything. It just says you may discard these 2 cards for a +2. So just to let you guys know, let's say up here on the adversary, I've already got, we'll just put two things here. So I technically need 6 successes. So I'm discarding these. I wasn't going to be able to score these points anyway. So we'll discard those. And, well, I want to win. So let's go ahead and spend this experience point for one dark rune. So this is it. This is an all or nothing. We're going to roll all these and hopefully we'll get 6 successes. Okay, so off camera, we did get a success right there. So let's see what we've got. All right, so this is 2 successes. So there's 2, and this does move me down the virtue track to, kind of like the corruption track. So there's 2. There's 4. There's 5 and 6. We have 7 and 8. And when you roll this token, you get an experience. So we grabbed an experience back. So we went ahead and defeated the Mad Cultist and the Doomsday Cult. We didn't even need these 2. So with that, let's talk about final scoring. I'm going to clean up and we'll get into the scoring phase here. Okay, let's talk final scoring here. I went ahead and grabbed a sheet that my wife and I had previously used here to play. We played a 2-player game, competitive game, and I had barely won. I had 49 and she had 46, but I'm going to go ahead and use this column over here for our scoring. So I went ahead and cleaned up the Act 3 cards up here so you don't see them. We did defeat the Mad Cultist. So even though I probably didn't get 30 destiny points, it doesn't matter. He is not going to gain any extra 2. I defeated him. So this last part here, if any player ends the game with less than 30, the adversary gains 2 experience. Well, he's defeated, so he's not going to gain anything at this point. We dispatched him. So we're going to go ahead and flip over my my destiny card for you guys so you can see what it is. And I was going to be the Wise Master with a Justice icon. And this game was, I'll tell you right now, this was very tough in the sense that, as you saw, a lot of the cards did not work out in my favor. His winning condition is, his condition is at the end of the game, gain 5 silver destiny points if you have 4 experience or more. Well, I only ended up with 1, so I'm going to lose out on those 5 points. I also gain 1 silver destiny point for each one of the wisdom icons or runes. Well, I only got 1, so we'll talk about the story in a minute, but let's just get to final scoring. So first things that we want to do is we want to add up all of our destiny points. That is both the silver and the tragedy points, which are the black diamonds together. And those are the ones under the cards. So I have 5. Well, let's see, I beat him. I guess I would have tucked him under here. So I would have defeated the Mad Cultist. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 positive points, or 15 silver destiny points right there. I also have how many tragedy points? I don't think I had any tragedy. Well, I take that back. I had 2 tragedy points here from the corruption or the virtue track. So we'll go ahead and put 2 points right there. Next up, we want to get a point for every unused experience. Well, that's only 1. I only got 1 point there. Every hero card that is played is worth 1 point. I hardly got any hero cards at all, and I didn't get any anti-hero cards at all, so that is a big one. That kind of stunk for me. Then I'm going to add any triumph or tragedy points gained from your position on the corruption track. Well, I kind of already did that up there, so actually that would have just been those 2 points right there, which I already scored earlier. And then now let's talk about story icons. So I have, as far as sets go, I have two of these wisdom icons, I believe. So that would get me 2 points for that. As far as these scrolls go, I have one, two, I have three. No, I have a total of 4 scrolls. So that gets me 8 points. So that brings me up to 10 points there. And I only have one of those nobilities. And that looks like that's about it. I did not do very well at all on this game. Well, we'll just score finally here 1 point for every one of these icons. Did I do that already? Let me double check here. So I get 1 positive point, silver point for each one of these. I had 1 and 2. Did I count that into my 5? Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I did not. So that's 2 for that. So that's 17 points for my silver. Wow, that's not good at all. That's way down from my original game that I played with 32. I only had 2 tragedy points, 1 experience point, 1 hero card, and story icons. I did a little bit better, but so I have a grand total of 20, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Wow. That was not good. 31 points total. Now, hang on, we'll get ready for the story portion. All right, here's the kind of the fun part about this game is now creating a story from my 3 acts. So we have our origin, our motivation, and our destiny. So we got to try to weave a little narrative here, and that's what's really fun when you have multiple players playing this game is you all get to take a minute and kind of discuss how your hero came about. So let's say that I was an apprentice that I decided to enlist in the king's army, and I offered up my services because I really wanted to be. I was a very studious person, and I wanted to learn some very, very deep lessons. So I found that the enlisting in the king's army was going to be my way of learning and traveling abroad. Because of my thirst for knowledge, I had heard about a forgotten lore that I really wanted to learn, so I decided that it was a very honorable thing to learn this forgotten lore because since it was forgotten, bringing that back, it would motivate the kingdom, it would motivate the troops, it would put a smile on the king's face. So I decided I was going to go ahead, being the honorable person that I was going to lead a boarding party and sail off to far-off lands. Well, when I got to those far-off lands, I came across a mad cultist who was really into the arcane magics, and I had decided, well, the only way that I was going to become a wise master and bring this knowledge back to the kingdom is I was going to have to beat this mad cultist and become the archmage myself. So in wielding my swords and my wisdom and my intelligence, I overcame and defeated that mad cultist to become the new wise master for the kingdom and bring that back. Hey, that's the fun part. I hope you enjoyed that. So anyway, a little improv there. I'm sure if I had some time, I could probably sit down and craft a story, a really nice story there. But uh, you know, uh, you got to get this and try it for yourself. And maybe we'll play another game a little bit more challenging next time and see if I can beat that pathetic score of 31. But hey, a win is a win, right? So anyway, if you enjoyed my playthrough, my solo playthrough of Call to Adventure, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give me a like, leave a comment below. Once again, my name is Jason for Pips-N-Chits, and we will see you next time.